All right, Christine Perry here, and I'm here to show you how you can conduct a great greeting with prospective customers in the dealership, and how to also conduct an effective needs assessment that results in sales for you and your organization. So how on earth am I going to do that? Well, let me take you through a very brief PowerPoint. First of all, let me give you some facts. Over 88% of customers use the internet to shop. Would you agree with me? Probably. How about this? 90% of customers between the ages of 18 and 34 use online resources. I would be more likely to say, how about 95% of people between the ages of 18 and 34? Either way, those that are not using the internet to shop will probably bring someone along with them to the dealership that does. So you have to be prepared. You got to make sure you have your facts straight. Here's some more facts. 40% of customers rank product expertise as the most important during a needs assessment or a consultation. So you as a sales consultant have to make sure that you know your product. So where can you get more information on Nissan products and services? NissanUSA.com, Virtual Academy, Nissan News, YouTube, and much, much more. How about this? 84% of customers want to buy a vehicle in person, and they want to physically feel and experience the vehicle of their choice. I don't know how many of you know this, but Toyota actually tried to sell the Camry on the Home Shopping Network. Sounds like a great idea, right? Well, sadly, it was an epic fail. Why? Because customers don't want to make such a large purchase without taking the vehicle for some kind of test drive, experiencing the environment of the vehicle, and much, much more. So good news for us as sales consultants, right? People aren't buying any vehicles online as of yet. Although, if you have great relationships with existing customers, they are far more likely to make a repeat purchase with you or online, or purchase a vehicle sight unseen because of the relationship that they have with you. And how about this? 38% of customers visit only one dealership, the dealership that they bought from. What I like to say is it's because of you, the sales consultant. You've established exceptional rapport. They feel comfortable with you. They want to do business with you. So how on earth do you make a customer feel comfortable? Well, here's some basic customer expectations when being greeted at a dealership. Your introduction is your first and last opportunity to make a great first impression, so I recommend that you use this opportunity wisely. And before we get into that, customers do expect you to greet them on time, right? And if you have a dealership greeting that you are supposed to use, like, hello, I'd like to welcome you to the Northwest Nissan. My name is Christine Perry. What are you looking for today? Go ahead and use that, or just go ahead and greet them. Give them your name, personal introduction, very important so they know who you are, an offer of assistance, and then always make sure you treat your customer with respect. Now, some more great greeting leading best practices according to Virtual Academy include that you should greet customers within 1 minute of entering the showroom or getting out of the vehicle. Now, I don't know if that applies in every instance, and if I were you, I would just try to play that by ear. You know, maybe watch them for a little bit. Give them a moment to get out of the car. I don't know if I would jump on them right away. If you have an open floor, you might be more inclined to want to jump on them for fear that maybe one of your colleagues will see them and get to them. But I guess it depends on the part of the country that you live in too. Like, we're in the Northeast. You gotta move quick, right? Whereas maybe other parts of the world, people are a little bit more laid back. Take their temperature, just go with the flow in that one. Also, once you have greeted your customer, when you're in the process of doing that, you want to look your customers in the eye and smile. Some suggest that you should see what color eyes that they have, but here's the deal. There's a fine line between, being friendly and being creepy. So I wouldn't look into their eyes too long. Either way, you're going to offer a smile to everyone and a handshake to all members of the group that are coming into the dealership, because you never know who the car buyer is, right? So you want to make sure you make eye contact, shake the hands of everyone involved, or should I say everyone in the party, and make them feel comfortable. Always ask to make sure that they are not there to see someone else. So ask the customer if they're to see anyone in particular. Ask to see if they're going to the service department. Either way, you'll save a lot of time. And then finally, no matter what, be positive. A great practice would be to greet anyone, within 6 feet of you. Hi, how you doing? Is never a bad practice. Once you've established a great greeting, And before you've even been allowed to establish a great greeting, sometimes you get the old, "No thanks, I'm just looking, I'm not interested today." My husband has a wonderful comeback to that. And his response to someone who says, "No thanks, I'm just looking," and then they go ahead and give you that cold shoulder, he says, "Oh, I'm so glad. We've been selling vehicles for $1 a vehicle today and we just ran out." Either that or, "I'm tired now." Either way, it elicits a response, a laugh, and it disarms the customer. Other things that you can do is look for clues. Maybe your customer pulls up in a vehicle with a bumper sticker that has this on it, and you've noticed that. You might ask them, "Hey, how many kids do you have? How old is your youngest? 16? Might be time to get out of that Nissan Quest." If it were me, since I don't have any kids, I'd probably be more inclined to say, "Hey, what kind of cat do you have?" Either way, this is a great opportunity. Look for clues on your customer. Maybe your customer is wearing a hat. This is a Nashville Predators, the hockey team's hat. So what you could say to this is, "Oh, you're a hockey fan, right?" Or, "Hey, did you know that Nissan is headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee?" Actually, it's Franklin, but close enough. This hat would be a tremendous opportunity to strike up a conversation with a potential customer. How about this? You have a customer that shows up with a t-shirt that says, "Free the octopi." Your initial response might be, "Ew," or "Are you a marine biologist?" Or the best approach in my world would be, "Hey, that's a cool shirt. What does that mean?" And your customer would then proceed to tell you, most likely anyway, if they knew what the shirt meant, that this is actually a tradition that the Detroit Red Wings embark upon when their teams make the playoffs. So the players skate out onto the ice with octopi under their jerseys, and every time they perform a hat trick, they throw the octopi on the ice. And you know what happens? Yeah, the red and white happens. Anyway, I think that's cruel and somebody should call PETA. But anyway, look for clues with your customers. Maybe you see them, they're holding a smartphone and they have a picture like this on it. Ask them about the baby. How old is your baby? Maybe they have a baby with them. "Hey, how old's your baby?" Or, "What's your baby's name?" Great, awesome opportunities. Maybe look at jewelry, look at bracelets, look at t-shirts. Plenty of opportunities to search for clues with prospective customers just to get them to start talking and to hopefully build rapport with your customers. So once you've done that, you want to greet your customer with open body language, right? So you want to be open rather than closed. And you also want to synchronize your customers to match theirs without mimicking them. So maybe you're in the Northeast and everybody's in a hurry, so you could be a little bit faster. Or maybe you're down south and you got to take it easy. Either way is fine. You just have to adjust your tempo to match your customer's tempo. And then once you've done that, you want to offer your name. You could offer them a business card. Definitely offer the dealership name, or just offer them your name. Ask them for their name and definitely use their name. Try not to forget it. Sometimes it's tough to do. So if their name is Andy, maybe think Andy Apple. Maybe their name is Bernice. Bueno Bernice, I don't know. Just try to come up with the mnemonic to tag the name with, something that you're familiar with. B is ball, C is cat. Then what you want to do is ask the customer's reason for visiting the dealership, maybe if they're interested in a particular vehicle, and most importantly, ask them how you can assist them. And then, of course, you always want to determine the customer's time expectations accordingly. Let's face it, a lot of people are in a hurry. You don't want to waste their time. So make sure you know what kind of time they have. They may just be breezing through the dealership on their lunch hour. Try to work with that. Then, once you have established a little opening with the customer, you want to get them to start talking to you about what it is that they're looking for. A great way to do that is ask customer-focused questions, because people like to talk about themselves. So you want to let them. And this is a great opportunity for you to learn more about them and ultimately what they're looking for in a vehicle. A great technique to get people to talk about themselves and talk about what they're looking for in the car business is to use open-ended questions. So open-ended questions get the customers talking because it requires their using their own opinions along with stating facts. So a great open-ended question would be, what do you like about the car you're driving right now? Well, your customer is going to tell you what they like about the car that they're driving right now. And then your job is to take notes. Now, unless you have a photographic memory, which I do not. So I always take notes. And believe it or not, it makes the customer feel kind of important that you're taking the time to take some notes. So definitely take notes. And also you want to ask the customer certain close-ended questions Just the facts, ma'am, would be a great way to describe a close-ended question. So, what year is that Honda Civic? You can write it down. How many miles are on it? You can write it down. If you feel that your customer feels comfortable with you, you can ask them what the monthly payment is and so on. But both open-ended questions and close-ended questions are equally important in a needs assessment with the customer. And also, when you're showing genuine interest with your customer, you want to acknowledge everyone in the party. See, it could be that little 5-year-old kid that says, Daddy, I want a red Pathfinder. So you need to make sure that everyone feels comfortable. Maybe someone is celebrating a birthday. You want to create a positive impression by recognizing everyone's value and importance. Always show respect and try to make a friend. So my husband used to be a plumbing contractor. And he bought something like 50 or 60 vehicles from a certain sales consultant at a Ford dealership in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And the way that happened is that certain sales consultant made a friend with my husband. And even though now my husband sells Volvos, he and this guy are still friends. So try to make friends. Try to find one thing that you like about this customer. It could be something like, I like the color of your shirt. Hopefully you'll find more to like than just the shirt color. But either way, try to find something that you like about a potential customer. Now, there's a lot of different personalities out there, right? And I'm sure you've heard of disc therapy. So let's talk about the types of customers that come in. So there's that shrewd negotiator. He or she is very dominant, so they're very direct. They like to be in control. They tell you exactly what they think. They could be even as brash as to pick up the smartphone and call a dealership in front of you just to make sure you're quoting the correct price on that Ultima that you're interested in. They might just get up and say, walk away before you've even finished your presentation or negotiating a price. So the way that you can handle a dominant personality type would be direct right back at them with facts and information. You always want to be clear, concise, and honest, and don't be afraid to let them walk away. Now, if you give them accurate information, 9 times out of 10, they will return, especially if you've established rapport with them. Then you have the unicorn seeker. They're out there looking for a no money down, $199 a month lease. So your job with the socializer influencer, they can be expressive, dramatic, fun to talk to, but they might not let you know how they really feel about the deal, even if you bring them down to earth and tell them that you can offer them that no money down, $199 a month per month lease if you are willing to extend your lease for 120 months, right? So you could do that, or maybe appeal to their feelings, show them something really nice, allow them to test drive it, and then try to get them back into reality. Then you have the conscientious thinker type. They're more non-committal. They're the kind that are most likely to want to come back. They want to think about it. They will let you do all the talking, but they're going to need information. They're going to need, specs and features, customer reviews. They're going to want to research it out before they make a purchasing decision. So what you want to do is allow them all of that. Give them all the information that they need and follow up with them. Do not add the pressure, otherwise these folks will run. And if your facts add up, they will return. And then finally, what we like to call is the interdependent or the social type. They're the most team-oriented of all 4 styles. They will probably need to go home before they make a purchasing decision and check with their significant other, dog, maybe even their turtle, maybe even their cat. The steadier relator type likes to get along with everyone, including you. That's what you have going for you. So you can let them know that thinking about it is not a problem. Give them the room to do that. You might make a friend because they're more than likely going to want a relationship out of it. And here's the good news. You establish a relationship with somebody who's a steady or a relator, they are going to refer all of their friends and family to you as well. And that's about all I have on the different personality styles and great greeting and needs assessment.